A trophy in Brazil. There's a possibility of a sports-related incident in Brazil this year. There's a possibility that Brazil will be talked about in some way in the next 2 or 3 months in terms of sports. A leader in Iran will be assassinated. By the evening of the 4th, most likely, a leader in Iran will be assassinated. It's not done from the inside, it's done from the outside. There will be a shake-up in Indonesia. An explosion is scheduled to happen in Turkey. An explosion is scheduled to happen in the UAE. An explosion is scheduled to happen in the UAE. I see this as a man-made explosion rather than an explosion in a factory. An explosion is scheduled in the UAE. Renowned astrologer Dr. Wickramarachchi mentions this again and again. Is the security in America good? What do you think if someone checks it? If you just use Trump to check whether the security in America is good, I think there is a possibility that this will be caught in order to assassinate Trump. I don't know if it will be caught. I don't know if it will go near his ear like before. Or I don't know if it will hit a hand. Let's see what happens. There will be a terrible explosion in a factory in Japan. This is most likely a chemical factory. There will be an attack on a religious place in India. An explosion in a religious place. Once again, Dr. Wickramarachchi states this. There is a possibility that an airstrike will be launched from Pakistan. This should be an airstrike. An airstrike is scheduled to be launched on Pakistan. I don't know if it will be a drone or an airplane. It will fly overhead and fall with a noise. If India doesn't tighten its security, when it gets close, I will tell it. I will tell it in English, not in Sinhala, to foreigners. Subscribe to Dr. Wickramarachchi. In English, I will tell where the noise will come from during the days of the match. In England, we haven't talked about King Charles much in a while. We will talk a little about King Charles in the future. And very soon, a new king will be crowned for England and Australia. Australia and England will live under a young king.
එංගලන්තයට වගේම ඕස්ට්‍රේලියාවටත් අලුත් රජෙක් බිහිවීම සිද්ධ වේවි. තරුණ රජෙක් යටතේ අපි යන්නේ ඕස්ට්‍රේලියාවට ඉන්න සහ එංගලන්තයට ඉන්න ලැබෙවි. තවත් සුළු කුණාටුවක්
Another cyclone will form in the Philippines. A severe cyclone will form in the Philippines and the South China Sea. A severe cyclone will form in the South China Sea. Three more cyclones are likely to form in the Bay of Bengal and the South China Sea, Sri Lanka, Sumatra and the South China Sea in the next week or two. I don't think it will cause us much damage. Also, there is an earthquake scheduled to happen near Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. A leader in Bangladesh is scheduled to be assassinated. In the next 2 to 3 weeks, there will be a situation where Brazil will be talked about in the country and the world. I think this is an explosion most of the time. There is a possibility that Brazil will be discussed among people due to an explosion or something.
කටයුතු සැලසෙන්න පුළුවන්.
There's a possibility that something serious will happen near Brazil.
කමක් තියෙනවා. බ්‍රසීලය ආශ්‍රිතව සිංගප්පූරුවට
A ship going to Singapore is scheduled to meet with some accident.
සිංගප්පූරුවට
A ship going to Singapore is scheduled to meet with some accident.
තියෙනවා.
Some attack is planned in the Arabian Sea. Some attack is planned in the Arabian Sea. Russia, Ukraine Zelensky is being attacked.
තියෙනවා. රුසියාව
Isn't Zelensky in Ukraine? An attack is being carried out on Zelensky. I think he will have a narrow escape. Zelensky will have a narrow escape.
සෙලස්තීන් 99න් බේරෙයි වගේ ඉතාලියේ
A fire is being prepared in Italy.
නවසීලන්තේ ඝාතනයක් වීමට නියමිතව තියෙනවා. පල්ලියක් ආශ්‍රිතව යම්
There is a murder scheduled to happen in New Zealand.
ඔක්කොම ක්‍රිස්තියානි පල්ලිවලනේ.
There is a murder scheduled to happen in a church.
ඝාතනයක් වුණොත්
All these are in Christian churches. What if a murder happens in a mosque?
මුස්ලිම් පල්ලි.
If a Christian goes and commits a murder in a mosque, let's see in which country it will happen.
රටේ
In which country will the first murder take place?
පළවෙනි ඝාතනය
It is committed by a newly formed terrorist organization. But I don't think he is a Christian. But he is called a Christian.
හැබැයි
He is attacking a mosque.
මම
This is more likely to be a mosque in an Arab country.
ක්‍රිස්තියානි කියලා තමයි කියන්නේ. පහර දෙනවා මුස්ලිම් පල්ලියකට. මේක ගොඩක් වෙලාවට අරාබි රටක මුස්ලිම් පල්ලියක් වෙන්න වැඩි ඉඩක් තියෙනවා. ඉන්දියාවේ මුහුද රත් වෙනවා. දරුණු විදිහේ පොඩි රත් වීමකට කටයුතු සැලසෙවි.
The sea in India is heating up.
ගොඩට ඇදෙන ගතියක්
For extreme warming, I expect 2 volcanoes in the Indian Ocean to expand.
බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ
So this could happen.
ඉන්දියන් සාගරයේ තියෙන ගිනි කඳු දෙකක් ප්‍රසාරණය වීම සිද්ධ වීමට නිසා මේක සිද්ධ වෙන්න පුළුවන් කමක් තියෙනවා කියලා. ඕමාන් ගැන ඇහුවේ මස්කට් වල එයාපෝට් එකක් තියෙනවා මං හිතන්නේ.
There's an airport in Muscat, Oman. I think there could be a small fire there.
ගැන ඒකේ
There could be a military build-up in Kuwait.
තියෙනවා කුවේට්.
I don't know what. There could be a military build-up in Kuwait in the coming days.
ඇති වෙන්න පුළුවන් කමක් තියෙනවා. මම දන්නේ නැහැ මොකද්ද කියලා. කුවේට් වල යුදමය සූදානමක් ඇති වෙන්න පුළුවන් කමක් තියෙනවා. ඉදිරි දවස්වල සෞදි වල
There could be an oil explosion in Saudi Arabia.
වෙන්න පුළුවන් කමක් තියෙනවා. ලංකාව ආශ්‍රිත ඉන්දියන් සාගරය ආශ්‍රිත
A satellite or a piece of a satellite could fall into the Indian Ocean near Sri Lanka.
සිද්ධ වෙවි.